Okay. Alright, let's see. Loading.
Zippar! What's this important announcement?
Listen, Furfur! Our image song is getting released on CD!
Liar!
Yeah! It's a lie! We're just so bored of showing up the same way every time.
We thought we'd change our style a bit.
And we're entertainers, and the stage is alive.
You've got to ad-lib every now and then.
Yeah, we could have done without that, damn it. Thanks for helping make clear the tension, you two. Sorry, but we're still talking about what to do for the second trial. We'd like a little more time. And if possible, some quiet. Sorry, George. Actually, we have a truly important announcement regarding the second trial.
It's good news for some. Is it bad news for others?
Those for which it's bad news have probably already figured it out.
If you don't know what we're talking about, then it's good news for you.
Beatrice. It's nothing. 5 people were there. Only Battler was missing. Beato's expression was dark and she kept hanging her head. Everyone realized that something must have happened to Battler. We'd like to announce that Battler has retired before the second trial. Everyone murmured. Just what had happened?
The witch's game will wait forever for him. But a pair of lovers cannot wait forever.
Love is like ice cream. It's sweet and creamy, but if you don't eat it quickly, you'll lose it. Our game isn't so gracious that I'll wait for him to return. So that's what you meant by good news. Well, I'm glad we have fewer rivals now, but if you think I'll plot someone else's misfortune, you don't know me at all. Battler, the one that we thought of as our greatest enemy. I won't ask why. If the demons in charge say so, then that's how it is.
Then, what will happen to Beatrice?
It seems I will no longer be qualified to participate in this trial. After all, this is a trial to test the bonds between lovers.
Battler isn't currently capable of doing that, so his pair is disqualified. How truly saddening.
However, she is one of the participants in this 3-way trial of love, so I think we should let her watch the trial as an observer.
A splendid idea! She does have the right to bless the pair that does overcome the trial!
Are you okay with that?
Yes. I want to watch until the end, and I still believe he will come back quickly, regain his qualifications to join in, and continue this trial with me once again. I think she has the right to be an observer.
No objections here. There's no need for us to be cruel. But even so, we've lost a powerful rival. Sorry to you two, but I'd like to settle this trial right away.
Ah! That's George for you! I'm rooting for you the most on the inside!
The coolness in which he furnishes his love makes its height stand out even more. At any rate, we've now gone from 3 down to 2, and the 3-way deadlock has been resolved. We weren't able to fight proactively because we were afraid of a 2 against 1. We weren't able to fight proactively because we were afraid of a 1 against 2 situation.
Now that it is 1 against 1, it's just a good, clean duel.
Wait, now that it's 1 against 1, it's just a good, clean duel. So in the end, we've come to the simple conclusion that we should have just done this from the start. four people stood up as though responding to some invisible summons and faced each other glaring. Only Beato was off to the side, watching the course of the young lovers fight in suspense. Each pair of lovers possess an unbreakably strong bond. Then, isn't that enough? Their love is already real. There's no need to test it. So why must they fight? The winners will be bound together by a magical miracle, and the defeated will fall apart. Why have the demons promised us that we will fall apart without a magical miracle? Why is a demon's game like this necessary? I don't understand. No, these people aren't important right now. I have to think of a trick for escaping as soon as possible, so that I can save Balor from that closed room.
I heard about Battler. It seems things have gotten quite troublesome.
One-sama.
I would like to save you both, as my dear sister and part of my full self. I will tackle the puzzle of Balor's closed room in my own way, but it is difficult. It feels almost as though an ordinary chain has been made to look like a wire puzzle. I heard from Lambda Delta. She said the old Beatrice would have definitely been able to solve this with a trick. Wait. Oops.
I heard from Lambda Delta. She said that the old Beatrice would definitely be able to solve this with a trick. Don't you have any ideas?
That old Beatrice is our completed form after we have become one. Even I am not but a part of her. I cannot solve it.
In other words, no matter how much we think in our incomplete forms, we won't be able to understand. Both the older and the younger sister have no way of solving this riddle. Beato shook her head, chasing that thought from her mind. I won't give up. That closed room rapidly eats away at the heart. Unless I can save Balor as soon as possible, his heart will be crushed.
Of course, I have no reservations toward lending my own wisdom. However, even I cannot make anything out of this closed room.
If we put our heads together, I'm sure we'll find the same answer that we would if we were joined. Please don't give up and lend me your wisdom.
I still cannot understand why you're willing to go so far for Battler. But I shall do as you ask. After all, it is a request made by myself. I will add my wisdom to yours.
Look, Furfur! The two Beatos are thinking together! I wonder if those two can really save Battler!
Oh, they can! If they have the miracle of love, that is!
That's right, Zapar! They certainly can do it if they have the miracle of love on their side! Hey, Furfur!
Oops, wait. Hey, Furfur, do you think they realize that we're giving them a hint for the solving that closed room?
The two Beatos held together and strained their minds with all they had. They searched for a plan for saving Battler. It was as though they couldn't even see the four people glaring at each other and solemnly discussing the manner of the duel. They'll realize. If they have love, they certainly will. They were the demons of love. Love is the single element, the source of all miracles. Could a miracle of love provide an answer for a closed room trick? There it is again. Without love, it cannot be seen. I get how that catchphrase works as an abstract concept. Oh, my bad. Let me try that again. There it is again. Without love, it cannot be seen. I get how that catchphrase works as an abstract concept. But closed room tricks are part of a genuine, ruthless mathematical puzzle without room for a fragment of affection within it. Just what kind of hint could these demons be talking about? I already have a certain answer. What these demons have said supports that even further. Yeah, okay, you're incredible. You always know the right answer, and you'll never tell me any of it. Going by the rule of observers, until you tell me about it, it's possible you're just pretending that you know and lying.
Yes, I believe I do prefer a bad-mouthed Miko. Very well, child of man. To me, a Miko's sarcasm and abuse is like a ceremonial dance in my honor.
You really are an irritating master. Stupid Oni-chan. Why'd you make a closed room like that yourself?
Think, child of man. Thinking is not only a job for the characters within the tale. As a reader, you too have the right to enjoy thinking. And I enjoy watching you as you do.
I'm willing to make a bet. Your last Miko ran out of patience and ran away from you, didn't she?
You are free to enjoy yourself by scolding me. You are also free to worry over the problem along with the two Beatos, unless you think the tale will not continue.
Why? I'm a reader, right? Can't I just stay quiet and read?
No. I want you to think. I want you, the reader, to think too.
I see. You're a pretty unpleasant author, aren't you? Of course, Angie hadn't reached the end of the manuscript she was reading. However, it would end with just a few pages more. What about the rest of the tale? It should continue much further than this. There should be many more pages remaining.
Those were inside a different brown envelope, which was in Hachijo's hand. With a grin on her face, Hachijo waved the thick brown envelope about. If you want to read more, do what I tell you.
Cool. Looks like she got you, lady.
Letting you read only so far for free, and then stopping when it finally gets to the good part. Hamakusa couldn't stop laughing at this evil business practice. Your own views and reasoning, that's what I want. If you tell me those now, I will hand over the rest of the manuscript.
Quit mocking me. You think I'll just do whatever you say after something like this? Come on now, lady. Calm down. I want to read on too, so please chill a bit. About the rest of the manuscript, Madame Hachijo. You write about the answers to the closed room trick and the truth behind a bunch of riddles, right?
Of course. However, I've written it so that those who fail to think or consider won't understand.
Someday your passionate readers are going to say that you've betrayed them.
I understand that, which is why I don't go out in the open, child of man.
Anyway, this is what Madame Hachijo is trying to say. First, tell me your answer. Afterwards, you can check to see if it's right.
Correct, young man. It is not my intention to be mean. I ask this because I want you to truly understand the tale's conclusion.
Oh, there was a car driving by. I hope it didn't ruin things for me.
Correct, young man. It is not my intention to be mean. I ask this because I want you to truly understand the tale's conclusion.
You're really enjoying this, aren't you, Amakusa? Yeah, come to think of it, you always take those TV quiz shows totally seriously, trying to win them from your couch. Guess life's many times more fun for you than it is for me.
Come, please think. What miraculous trick could get Balor out of that closed room? I want to give the rest of the story, especially to those. No.
Sorry, I keep hearing some squeaks. I can't stand it when I hear too many outside noises and I can't tell if it's being picked up or not. But whatever, let's continue.
Come, please think. What miraculous trick could get Balor out of that closed room? I want to give the rest of the story, especially to those. No, only to those who have thought.
In the Witch's Cathedral. No, considering everything that's gone on in here, maybe it should be called the Demon's Abode. Erika, who wanted to savor the memory of her perfect victory, stood with the whole vast cathedral to herself as the flush slowly left her cheeks. Then, though she thought herself to be alone on that balcony, she saw a shadow. It was Lambda Delta. "Oh, it's you, Lady Lambda Delta. It's not often one finds you alone in a place like this." "Oh, it's you! Congratulations on your big victory." "That's strange. I think I remember saying the same thing to you right here at the very end of the last game." That wasn't exactly a compliment. However, Erika was in such a good mood that even those words sounded like one. "I happened to hear what you said a short while back." "What?" "I heard that you have also had the experience of being toyed with as a piece on some great witch's game board, then sealed away in some awful hell." Erika had a crude, triumphant look on her face, as though she'd managed to pry into some embarrassing memory from the other's past. However, Lambda Delta didn't look in the least bit flustered, and instead gazed down from the balcony in silence. "I have. I wonder how many years I was shut up in there. Maybe I should have counted them like Burn. No, it's probably best that I didn't. Counting the years is what made Burn break." "Are you saying that my master also fell into the hell of a logic error at some point?" "She did. Though she wasn't the one responsible for that logic error." "Because she wasn't the game master?" "That's right. At the time, she was still a small piece that wasn't even self-aware yet. It was her master, the game master, who committed the logic error." "My master was also a witch's piece?" "Yes. That kid's master is another bad one. Though she created this game herself partway through, she lost sight of what her goal was. She ended up creating something like a broken game of backgammon, where the start and goal were connected like a donut. Where the start and end were connected like a donut."
Oh my god. Why does this thing just go away?
"What do you mean that she lost sight of her goal?" "I'm talking about a logic error. In her backgammon game, she was unable to draw up a line of logic describing how to reach the goal she desired, so the game remained broken with no goal at all. In that case, she should have quieted down and thought of an answer herself. Instead, she despicably left even the thinking entirely to her piece Burn. Have you heard of the infinite monkey theorem?" "It's a theory." "No. An absurdity, arguing that if a monkey hits random letters on a typewriter for an infinite amount of time, he'll probably end up with the exact same set of letters as Hamlet by coincidence sooner or later." "Wouldn't that be a horrible hell?"
Wait. Oops, I'm sorry.
"Wouldn't that be a horrible hell? Burn was forced to type randomly on a typewriter for an eternal period of time without even knowing the meaning of what she was doing. The game master was trying to get Burn to create a goal that this game master hadn't even thought of."
Could Erika even imagine how horrible a hell that would have been? A job that you have to do 100 times, and a job with a 1 out of 100 chance of success that you have to keep doing repeatedly. Probabilistically, they may look very similar, but the difference in cruelty between them is great. When you have to do a job 100 times, you steadily approach the end, get more efficient as you become more used to it, and eventually it does end. However, a job that succeeds with a 1 out of 100th probability doesn't even reflect the hard work of the individual in the slightest. Everything is left to luck. In the worst case scenario, even the task of flipping a coin until you get heads can last more than 100 years.
"How many keys are on a typewriter?" How about 100 maybe? How many keys are on a typewriter? About 100 maybe? What do you think the odds are hitting those at random and getting Hamlet? I can't even imagine. They must be unbelievably small. That's right. It's not really any different from an endless span of time. For that dizzying sort of time, that child was forced to keep pounding on that typewriter until she typed out a miracle. And that's why she's the Witch of Miracles? If she hadn't been a witch, no. If she hadn't been capable of becoming a witch, she would probably still be a black cat strapped to that typewriter for eternity. That child was blessed by a miracle, succeeded in typing out a miracle, and became a witch and returned from that hell alive. That hell was so long and harsh that her mind was completely broken. That's why she became such a mean and heartless witch. Even you would dislike your master given the choice, right? That's not true! I'm honored to be my master's piece. My master is a powerful prosecutor.
Oops.
That's not true. I'm honored to be my master's piece. My master is a powerful persecutor, trampling over the weak as her natural right. Because she's a human on the bully side of life? Do you know how to create a great bully? Huh? No. It's easy. Bully them horribly, even if it's just for a short time, and then suddenly stop and give them power. If you do that, then no matter who it is, they'll be reborn as a mighty bully. Even if you only bully them for about 3 days, you'll get them to believe that they're still a bullied kid for 100 million times longer than that, and they'll reign as the mightiest of bullies.
Higanbana reference. It was the worst of times. It was the blurst of times.
What does that have to do with my master? You don't understand anything about Burn. No matter what kind of ruthless, cruel, horrible scum Burn may be, I want to be the one person who knows what she's truly like. And the same goes for me. I think that kid is a fellow survivor from hell. Is the only one who can understand what I'm truly like. It sounds like you're jealous of the relationship we have, but give it up. The hell you think you trudged through is nothing more than a blink compared to the one we crawled out of.
This time, Erika was probably the one being mocked. The discouraged expression on her face clearly showed that she couldn't accept Lana Delta's words.
If you'll pardon me for saying, I think it's the depth of the hell that's important and not the length of time spent there. Oh, you think so, Witch of Truth, Erika? I don't know what kind of hell you were in, Lady Lambda Delta, and I'm sure the time I spent in hell was nothing more than a blink compared to yours. However, I don't think the depths of my hell were any shallower than yours. In part to celebrate your victory, I'll listen to what you have to say without arguing back. From my point of view, both the hell my master fell into, which could only be escaped from with a miracle, and the hell you fell into, which I don't know about, but could be escaped from with a certain willpower, were hells made to be escapable. Aha! That's pretty bold coming from you. I am the Witch of Truth. My hell was nothing more or less than the truth. When faced with the harsh reality of truth, no sort of willpower or miracle matters. I reached this place by overcoming that truth. I don't believe my powers of withstanding the truth is in any way inferior to yours or my master's. So what is this power to withstand the truth? Those who don't know cannot understand. Perhaps you two couldn't become witches of truth because you couldn't bear to look at it directly. I'll forgive you for those impudent words. Letting them pass with a slight nod is my present to you for your recent victory. Thank you very much, great Lady Lambda Delta.
Oh, that's unusual. It's rare to spot you two getting along.
At some point, Berncastle had appeared on the opposite balcony of the cathedral. Erika, noticing her, cried, "My master!" happily and dashed over. Lady Landadelta was telling me old stories about you. A tale of miracles fitting for my master, the Witch of Miracles.
I'll forgive you just this once.
Huh?
Never speak of my past again.
A grimace rose to her face and blasted Erika's good mood away. Then she understood. Berncastle was also a witch running from boredom. If it caught up with her, she would remember those never-ending days of hell. This is proof that even my master still hasn't gotten over the pain and fear of hell. It means that she lacks the power to withstand the truth. For the first time, Erika felt just a little disdain for her master. My apologies. More importantly, why have you come to a place like this?
I was looking for you. I wanted to give you a reward.
A reward? Really? Thank you very much, my master! Oh? Wow, I'm jealous. What are you gonna give her?
First, I acknowledge your ascension as a true witch, and not just a temporary one. I'll be your guardian, Witch of Truth, Furudo Erika.
Thank you very much! All you did was remove the temporary bit. How happy can she be with a reward like that? You've gotta want something more spectacular than that, right? No, that's not true. I'm very happy already. Of course, on the inside, Erika did want another present. Mimicking Lambda Delta, she looked at her master to see if any further rewards would be coming.
I do have one other.
Berncastle snapped her fingers. As she did, a cloud of gold butterflies gathered and summoned Balor sitting in the throne at the center of the cathedral. Of course, his eyes were blank. He was still a shell of himself, his heart trapped in a closed room that he would never be able to escape from.
That man is your reward.
My reward is Battler? Oh, I see. You're saying you'll make it so that Erika inherits all the skateboard's territory.
That's right. Look at Balor's finger. He's wearing the ring of the one-winged eagle, symbol of the territory lord. If that becomes yours, you'll become the official lord of this territory. I don't mean you'll be under my charge. In name and reality, this territory will be yours.
So I need to take that ring off of Balor's finger? Don't be stupid. There's only one ceremony where a woman gets a ring from a man's finger, right?
Erika, take Balor as your husband and become the wife of the territory lord.
Take Balor as my...
Yeah, that's right. If the territory lord is to never wake again, he'll need a partner to serve by his side and in his place. In other words, you will control this territory.
So we'll hold a wedding and exchange rings. Balor's territory lord ring will become yours.
In exchange, you'll put a ring of subordination on Balor's finger. You will control, humiliate him forever, and create as many tales however you like, using this territory and game board.
Territory Lord Furudo Erika, any tale you wish will come true. The territory lord is God. Congratulations! You're going to become the god of this small but wonderful world. Is that true, my master? Will I become this world's god?
That is the final reward I will give you. Take Balor's ring and create your own world. When that happens, You won't be my piece anymore. You'll be your own witch, and a splendid one at that. Congratulations, Lady Erika. And one day you must welcome me when I come to visit, just like Beata once did.
Yes, my master! There could be no greater honor! And I'm starting to like this marriage thing. If you think about it, there could be no greater disgrace. After all, that Beatrice has apparently grown a desire to serve Valor and be liked by him. In the world that witch created, I'll marry, defile, and humiliate Battler. Oh, yes. I understand. I understand how painful it feels to have the one you love stolen away from you. And now I'm finally the one dealing out the pain. Truly, there could be no greater honor.
I'm glad you like it. I knew it was one present you'd like the most in the world.
Thank you so much! Thank you so much! My master! Erika leapt down from the balcony and walked briskly toward Valor. Then she peered down at the reward she'd been given. Now isn't that a wonderful finale? You've got a wedding, right?
Of course, a magnificent one. The perfect way to end Beato's game.
Of course you'll send Beato an invitation too, right?
Let's hope she actually comes. Okay. Things are going to get busy. We have to prepare for the ceremony, make programs, send invitations.
And don't forget the wedding dress and a cake! And you need to get things ready for the reception! The two witches disappeared, cackling. Only the two who were to be wed remained in the cathedral. Can you hear this, Battler? Do you realize what's about to happen to you?
Damn it.
Balor's consciousness wasn't completely gone. It was very distant, but it was faintly tethered to reality. And that was what made it cruel. It was as cruel as though the spider called Erika had wrapped Balor up and was eating him while he was still conscious. No. She might have been like a certain kinds of wasp. It was the cruelty of paralyzing her prey while it still lived, so she could save him for later and eat him. In other words, her cruelty was that of a predator. You can't get at that closed room. After all, you used all that red truth to show it was closed. So don't worry. Just let yourself be trapped in there forever. Because while you do, I'll be giving your body some good long humiliation. Let's have a mirror in our bedroom. That way you can see just how you're being humiliated with your own eyes. And let's have a birdcage hanging from the ceiling. We can stick your beloved witch Beatrice in there. What do you think? Wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, I understand. This is how sweet it is to be standing on the other side. As he listened to this mad laugh, Valor couldn't even bring a distressed expression to his face. His heart was still trapped in the closed room he had created. His body and soul would soon be trapped within a new closed room of Erika's. A closed room called marriage. So some people like to parallel that this is what Kinzo's marriage was kind of like in a way. That it was like Erika's a stand-in for like Kinzo's wife. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed. I mean, the last story is kind of supposed to kind of parallel with Beatrice calling him father. And being basically similar to Kuador and Beatrice, right? I mean, that's how some people interpret it. I don't know. You could see it kind of like that, but yeah.
Hey, did you hear, Furfur?
I sure did, Sapar! Lord Battler and Lady Erika are having a wedding! Their words were so similar to their usual stick that Beato had to ask them to repeat it again. What do you mean?
As you know, the territory lord of this place has had his heart sealed away and cannot speak.
It seems the beautiful Lady Erika is going to become his wife and support him in his work! The two demons explained the situation in a very simple yet dramatic way.
I know what's going on. They're planning to take advantage of the fact that Balor's heart is sealed away and use marriage to lock up his body as well so they can steal everything from him. At this rate, Balor's position as Game Master and his territory lord's ring will be stolen away. That little thief thinks she can do whatever she wants. Let's steal him back. This doesn't concern me, but if it affects you, then it's my business too. Just stealing his body back won't do you any good. After all, the great Lady Verkessel has already signed the marriage certificate as a witness.
With a great witch of the Senate serving as a witness, no one can dispel that union unless one of the pair wills it.
So as I thought, unless I can rescue Balor's heart from that closed room, there's no way we can save him. Then find a way to rescue him from there.
You're going to steal away the bridegroom? How wonderful!
If you can do that, it would make for a tale beautiful enough for the opera. However, this closed room stealing Balor is quite difficult. The only way out is the door. If the chain is unset, his escape will not be accepted. And on top of that, the chain cannot be set from the outside.
And now there is no one left to switch places with him.
No matter how you look at it, we're stuck.
If we give up, we won't be able to save him. The only way we can save him now is to keep thinking. Though Beata looked as though she was about to burst into tears, she clenched her fists tightly. She was so frustrated with her inability to think of any brilliant plan that her heart felt as though it would burst.
Zepar and Furfur, you two are known for being among the most powerful of demons. They say your magic can make the impossible possible. Couldn't you use your power and knowledge to work out a plan for crushing this impossible closed room? Yes, love can accomplish any impossible thing.
If you can't accomplish something, it means you lack enough love. Hearing that hurts.
But we are moved by the strength of will that prevents you from giving up.
Because you have that, we are sure you can bring about a miracle.
Can't you at least give us some sort of hint about that miracle? We've known each other for quite some time. Can't you at least give my little sister a hint as a parting gift?
We are always giving out hints.
Without love,
they cannot be seen.
Yes, we can't see, which is why I'm telling you to show us. These two are always like this. You'll never get bored, but they can be very irritating at times like these.
Zepar and Furfur certainly were demons who possessed a great power. The power of love they bestowed had created several miracles in the past. Miracles so great, they left marks on human history. However, those miracles were never given easily. They would give trials, tell riddles, and sometimes help the truth be realized, so that those who desired power could create that power themselves. No matter how pitiful the eyes that looked up at them, the two demons would never lend their power out of pity. As it is with gods, so it is with demons. They help those who help themselves.
I understand. I'll think about it myself. I will, certainly. See, demons? Look at this modern, pure-hearted girl. As the demons of love, don't your hearts hurt even a little? Let's have a hint. Or could you at least give us a hint to a hint?
Separ and Furfur looked at each other. Of course, there was no pity on their faces. However, it could be seen that, though they did find the problem amusing, they were considering what they should do next.
What we do, Furfur?
Can we just give a hint to a hint?
Yes, that will do nicely, so let's have it.
Okay! Here's a present from Separ and Furfur! A hint to a hint of love!
Please?
You can't see the answer!
Because you don't have enough love. I told you not a hint like that.
And if you don't have enough love?
Why don't you watch some lovers who are overflowing with it?
Yes, and fortunately, we have two groups of lovers right here with us.
Why don't we take a peek at their fight for love?
You should watch over and observe our trial.
I told you! Not a hint like that!
Elder the Beto yelled at them, asking for a more tangible hint. However, Separ and Furfur just giggled and ran about like rats. However, Beto took their hint to a hint seriously. Now the Beatos were out of it. The second trial, between Shannon and George on one side and Jessica and Kano on the other, tear apart the two who are close. In other words, defeat one of the members on the opposing team. They were allowed to use any method they wanted. It could be a duel, or it could be rock, paper, scissors. The four of them had alternated between speaking together and splitting up and discussing things among their teams, and had apparently finally reached a decision. Separ, Furfur, do you have a second?
Oh, they finally called out to us!
So George, have you decided on a format for the duel? No matter how much the two demons cheered the four of them on in a joking manner, their serious expressions did not waver. Yes, we've decided to hold a duel. The duel will take place between Shannon and me.
That's surprising. For a one-on-one duel, we would have thought
that George and Jessica would have fought. These guys really wanted it to be them, and they wouldn't listen. As a man, I can't stand being unable to do anything but watch. However, Shannon's resolve will not waver, so we have no choice but to respect their decision and believe in them. Canon,
thank you so much for believing in me. I've always thought that if we had to face each other directly someday, it should be done like this.
And we realize that that day is today. Of course, we might have been able to avoid this day.
However, now that this day has come, so we won't run away.
That's right. I'm not running away, so I'll be right here.
Me too. I've placed my faith in Shannon, so I have nothing more to say. And even if Shannon is the one fighting, our power is one. So we'll be fighting together.
Yes, that's right. I'm just representing the pair of us.
If the lovers have decided.
Even if we demons will not butt in.
So, how would you like to settle this duel?
You don't mean that you want to have a literal duel, do you? At once, both Shannon and Kano nodded.
And the method?
That doesn't matter, as long as it's a fight to the death. If possible, we'd like it to be peaceful without suffering. And we'd like to avoid wounding each other unnecessarily before one of us dies. Separ! We should be the ones to oversee this noble duel.
True! We understand you two. We will propose a noble duel, one that will honor your noble spirits.
When Separ clapped loudly, a case with an old design appeared in the air and landed between Shannon and Kano. Furfur gnawed at them, urging them to open it. Kano crouched down and opened the case. There were some antiques inside. They would have looked splendid hanging on the wall at some classy coffee shop. However, they were not mere decorations now. These are... I see. Just perfect for a duel. Inside the case were two dueling pistols. Ancient, like the kind used in the Middle Ages. Yes, this is a dueling pistol case that only those who wished for a fight to the death were allowed to open.
They have one bullet each. As you requested, we imbued them with magic.
They have the magical bullets, which will bring a certain and painless death, no matter where on their body you're hit. Thank you very much. You are most merciful.
And what if we both miss? Normally, that would be a draw. However, such a thing is not allowed in our trial.
If you both miss, you will come back and we'll give you new bullets. This will repeat until one of you is dead.
I have no objections.
Me neither. I'm glad. This means we can finally settle this.
Ushiramiya George, I recognize you as Shannon's. No, Sayo's witness. Understood.
Ushinomiya Jessica, I recognize you as Kano. No, Yoshia's witness. Sure!
We are responsible for this duel. It is our responsibility to see that this duel reaches a decision no matter what!
When Separ and Furfur cried these words out, the whole area was blanketed in a gold-colored light, and when it cleared, it had become the rose garden where gold roses bloomed.
A duel over love, is it? How old-fashioned they are. I have seen many duels with pistols during my 1,000 years, but I have never seen one like this.
Because it's being overseen by demons?
No. A duel over love is usually a fight between two people, both in love with the same single person. However, here we have a pair of lovers fighting another pair of lovers. This is quite odd.
I'm sure it's because they want a miracle of magic. It seems we cannot be successful in love without such a miracle.
Do you know the minimum number of people needed to create a universe?
Huh? No, I don't. Shannon and Kano each took a pistol out of the case, returned to their respective witnesses, and checked the weapons over. Then, when they both decided that there were no problems, they checked once more to make sure their opponent was prepared, and nodded to each other.
If there are no problems, let the duelists stand back to back, then walk the assigned number of steps away from each other.
Then the duel will begin on our signal. Separ, how many steps should they walk?
Good question. Well, maybe we should choose a number that is closely bound to this Good question. Well, maybe we should choose a number that's closely bound to this duel.
A number closely bound? What number is that?
It is a number we know of well. It is that number which has been repeated over and over again since the time this tale began. That number is 19.
That's an interesting number.
I like it. It's a good number to settle everything with.
19. Whenever the illusion of a 19th person was seen on this island, on which only 18 people were supposed to be, this number was used to refer to the witch. It was the number of years needed to create this tale. It was the number of years it took to reach this unavoidable day. And it was the age of the true territory lord of this world. They'll stand across from each other, then walk 19 steps, and shoot. That's pretty far. At that distance, the first one to shoot won't necessarily be the winner. If one of us shoots first and misses, that'll probably be the end for them. And if it hits, this easy game can be won without even getting a scratch.
Well then, duelers! Stand with your backs together!
Shano and Kano slowly walked toward each other, facing each other. Once they turned away, they wouldn't see each other's faces again until they killed them. So this face-to-face meeting would never happen again. Thanks for everything. Getting to have a little brother like you was fun.
Thank you for letting me be me. Thank you for showing me the color in the world of gray.
Why were we born, I wonder?
It would have been better if we had died right after being born.
That's Father's sin, isn't it?
Yeah. So he can just die. Let them all die.
Yeah. Everyone will die. It'll happen very soon. And right after, everyone will revive. And we'll be able to see them again. We aren't birds in a cage anymore.
We will finally leave our cage. Fly off to our separate worlds.
I should have had a duel like you with this ago.
Damn it, I messed up. Ugh!
Fuck. I should have had a duel like this with you long ago.
Surely today is the day.
Yeah, it's today.
October 5th, 1986. The fated day.
The day that one of us will die.
Or maybe we'll both shoot at the same time and both die.
That might not be so bad. Even that wouldn't be bad at all.
Right. After all, even if that happens, our loves will surely be made complete.
Did we really need to have this duel?
We did. You said it yourself. We should have done this much sooner.
Right. Because to me, you are.
To me, you are. Just in the way now.
For the first time, the intent to kill flashed through the eyes of both. Why? For what reason? Why must such a day come for this pair that seems so much like siblings, connected by a bond different from love? It was a great mystery. As great a mystery as the question of how this could be the key toward unlocking Balor's closed room. If I watch over this duel instead of running away, will I find the key to solving that closed room? I will, right? Sapar! Furfur! I can't believe I fucked up. That pisses me the fuck off. I can't believe I fucked up. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm so mad I screwed up. I'm back. Sorry, this song is so catchy. Okay. The cathedral was beautifully decorated for the wedding between the Territory Lord, Lord Balor, and Lady Erika. A crowd of guests wearing goat masks filled the cathedral, waiting for the arrival of the bride and groom. As befitted the demon's wedding, it was neither solemn nor quiet, but cheery and noisy, brimming with activity.
I wonder what Beato is doing. I hear she has gone to see Separ and Furfur. Since that powerful pair controls love, they could force even the Demon King to retreat. I do hope they prove to be helpful in some way.
I know all about those too. I think you know as well as me that they won't hand over their power that easily.
True. However, that is precisely why they are capable of granting a power that can lead to miracles.
At any rate, if we can just free Balor's heart from that closed room, we should be able to manage something here. Closed rooms are your favorite, are they not, Gap? Can you not think of any tricks?
This is a nasty one. Balor and Erika had been dropping red truce all over the place. I can say for certain that it's impossible to escape from inside on one's own. So after all, the only way is to have someone else trade places with him and set the chain. If someone does appear like that, saving Balor should be easy. There's a full 11 people, right?
Those 11 people are sealed on the second floor of the guest house. If we could somehow slip them out of there. Sorry, this song is so catchy, I might stop in the middle of it.
I see. Solving the problem of Balor's closed room is equivalent to solving this problem of either closed room on the guest house second floor.
Exactly.
Limiting your thoughts to just Balor's guest room would be like getting trapped in a mental closed room of your own. The closed room we need to break open to save Balor isn't the guest room. It's the closed rooms in the guest house.
Most unfortunately, we of Ice and Junpei have been placed in charge of the 2 rooms of the guest house.
And you guys specialize in seals and barriers.
However, that was quite impressive, Miss Gap. You realize the closed room you should destroy to save Balor is in the guest house. The ceremony will begin soon, but why not reconstruct the scene as a way to kill time until then?
Are you sure about this? Doesn't this violate the obligation of confidentiality you have of Lady Erika's pieces?
That is no problem. Surely, if you first have the seals around the scene confirmed and fall into despair, you will be unable to celebrate this ceremony.
Wait,
you will be able to celebrate this ceremony more sincerely.
How confident! I'll take that challenge. Leah, let's have ourselves a little snack before the ceremony. With that, dear ladies of Icer, we humbly ask you that you reconstruct the scene for us.
We hear and obey.
This is the cousin room.
The next room over has the exact same layout. Carry on your inspection however you please.
This room has Genji, Goda, Kano, then Kraus, Rudolph, and Jessica for a total of 6 people.
The next room over has Hideyoshi, George, Shannon, Kumasawa, and Nanjo for a total of 5 people.
Don't be stupid, everyone. Who's in this room doesn't matter anymore. We need to find out how to escape from it. You're right. The door and windows are sealed, so we must somehow escape from some other place. You know what? I know all about how you heaven people like to use momentum to dodge issues. This is no closed room, right?
Please allow me to speak. Let it be known that closed rooms in our charge are perfect.
You were in charge of the window seal of Kinzo's room last game, right? Just how did Balor let Kinzo escape from that room?
That was no fault of Cornelia's. The blame rests on her superior, me.
This is exactly the same as Kinzo's study. It's the windows. This closed room can be broken by the windows. This trick of yours is just plain obvious. How? Lady Erika sealed the entire room, right? That means the entire room is sealed, including the windows. I see. It would seem that we have been misinterpreting the definition of these seals. Closed rooms sealed by packing tape are not impossible to break. They form no prison. That's it exactly. Seals definitely prove that a room is a closed room. However, they don't prove that the room will remain as such. They only prove that the room is a closed room as long as the packing tape is not broken.
We are not trying to deceive you in any way. As long as the packing tape is intact, they are guaranteed to be closed rooms. That is all.
Then why the windows? Why is it that we can break the closed rooms with the windows? It's simple. We just tear the packing tape apart and jump out. I don't know what outside the wall of the guest house is like, but it must have been enough of a foothold for that girl to climb up it, stick packing tape on the outside without anyone noticing.
If you break the packing tape, we will immediately know that the seal has been broken. And we have already proven the seals were intact at the time of Balor's logic error.
True. It's true that at the time, you proved the seals weren't broken. That's how you tricked us into thinking that these were closed rooms. The logic of seals equals closed room doesn't always apply.
Gab's specialty was dealing the finishing blow in a closed room mystery. She leaned back and looked down at the short Dalnor as though challenging such as this was taking candy from a baby. Okay, I keep messing up. Gab's specialty was dealing the finishing blow in a closed room mysteries. She leaned back and closed... What? She leaned back and looked down at the short Dalnor as though a challenge such as this was taking... Fuck! Gab's specialty was dealing the finishing blow in a closed room mysteries. She leaned back and looked down at the short Dalnor as though a challenge such as this was like taking candy from a baby. Dalnor looked up at her with a bold expression, and sparks flew between them.
What do you mean seals equals closed room is wrong? That's insane! Remember, Leah, which seals did Erika and the others show us at that time? Which seals did they show were still intact? I see. This is a sort of falsification the great court of heaven likes to practice.
I cannot let that remark pass. What is your complaint?
Come on, I've been saying it the whole time. It's the windows. It's true that you people use those seals to seal them in. That included the windows. And at the time, you added those seals as counted as proof. So far, so good. But you know what? After that, anyone in this room could have done it. Who was here again? Genji, Goda, Kanon, Kraus, Rudolph, and Jessica. It could have been any one of them. All they had to do was tear the packing tape on the window, slip out from there, and save Battler. But this time the logic error was proven that the seals were intact. Incorrect. At the time, Lady Erika only verified the status of the seals on the doors. Yes, come to think of it. At the time, Lady Erika just showed the doors of the 2 rooms and claimed that the seals were intact for each. She never mentioned the seals on the windows. That's correct. It's probably true the seals on the doors and windows were perfectly secure when they were added. However, at the time, the logic error, you only confirmed the status of the seals on the doors. In other words, since the time Erika left the guest house, it was not forbidden for someone to break through the windows and leave whenever they wished. What do you say? I've got you now, haven't I? This is how you do things. Commander Dalnor, it is nearly time.
It seems the bride and groom have arrived. This ends our chat. We'll meet again later.
With a happy-looking grin on her face, Dalnor turned around. But that must have hit her where it hurts. Gap wouldn't let her get away. She grabbed the other shoulder.
Wait there. Tell us whether or not the seals on the windows were still set at the time of the logic error. If you don't, anyone in that room could have saved Battler.
And who do you think would have been capable of such a rescue?
It doesn't matter who. Then just by personal preference, I'll name Kano. He seems agile, and hiding his presence is his specialty. He's the perfect person to fall after Erika and quickly come to Battler's rescue.
Kano. Impossible.
Impossible. Come now. We can't trust what you say with normal words. Use the red truth. Swear upon the red longsword of yours.
Miss Gap, a sacred wedding is about to begin here. You asked me to draw my sword in a sacred place such as this. How inelegant and rude. Let's do this some other time. Goodbye.
It's possible for Kano to save Battler. After Erika sealed the room, he left by the window, switched places with Battler in the guest room, set the chain lock, and hid in the closet.
Impossible! The window seals were also intact. Of course, this is at the time of the logic error.
Gap's rapid reverse roundhouse that followed her blue wedge crossed with Dalnor's red longsword and both pointed at the other's throats. The once peaceful move of the wedding broke apart. Several goat guests whispered to each other, wondering why those two seemed to be fighting.
Okay, so you can counter that. Why didn't you just say so in the first place?
We thought that Beatrice might eventually reach that thought. Then barge in on the wedding with that as the key to Battler's escape. I did not think that you would press us first and force us to show our hand.
You do fight dirty, don't you? You were trying to trap Beato by making her suspect the windows, and then turn the tables on her.
What else should a human who guards the bride be expected to do? Are you satisfied now? A demon world-style wedding truly is vulgar and barbaric. If you would excuse us.
Wait up. You haven't fooled me yet. When you mentioned window seals just now, you were talking about the ones on the room where Kano was, the cousin room, right? Then what about the windows in the next room over? All you've done is shown the rescue would have been impossible for Kano. There's still a chance for the humans in the next room over.
How very persistent.
We apologize for our rudeness. We are the Chester Sisters Imperial Guards in charge of security at the ceremony. I'm afraid I must ask for both you and your stamped invitations.
Dalnori Knox, I am with the bride's party. Here is my stamped invitation. Also, here are my credentials as the bodyguard to the bride. Confirmed as Chief Knox. Welcome to Lord Balor's wedding.
I'm Gap. I'm with the groom's party. Here's my invitation then. Ah, crap.
You didn't get it stamped at the reception desk, yeah?
I came here directly, so I didn't go by the reception desk. It's still unstamped. Well, why do you always have to do that at times like this? Gap. My apologies, but we'll have to ask you to come with us to a different room.
Dalnor watched, shrugged, and turned away.
Wait there, Dalnor! Respond to my blue truth!
If you want the opinion of the Great Court of Heaven, please fill out an application in accordance with the court procedures.
Allow me to speak. Know that the ticket window is open from 10 to 5 on weekdays. Lunch break runs from 12 to 1:15.
Allow me to speak. Know that the use of whiteout or strike-throughs is not permitted when filling out forms.
There's a rumor they refused Comic Cat applications for the same thing, yeah? That's an urban legend!
Probably.
Conventions.
Let us provisionally accept that blue truth verbally. It will be put on hold until the proper forms are received and duplicate submissions are not allowed.
I don't understand. Can't you respond to my blue truth? Or can't you? If you fill out the application on Monday, we should... Oh, wait.
If you fill out the application on Monday, we should be able to have an answer for you by the end of next month. Duplicate submissions are forbidden, so the blue truth you just spoke will be unusable during this wedding ceremony. This is in accordance with the laws of evidence from the official Great Court Regulations, Article 214, Section 15 regarding the prevention of duplicate submissions.
Please allow me to speak. Know that it is forbidden for blue truth to be used if based on the argument that the window seals of the next room over there were torn at the time of the logic error.
Please allow me to speak. Know that the opposing side is under no obligation to respond to the aforementioned blue truth.
Cowards! Hey, let go of me, Rabbit Band!
The Chester sisters let Gap away. Just when she thought she'd reached the core, they'd underhandedly refused to respond. However, this is a big clue. There's a chance that the window seals on the next room over have been broken. In other words, it might be possible for Hideyoshi, George, Kumasawa, Nanjo, or Shannon to save Battler. And yet just now, that move was sealed away. The use of any blue based on the window seals in the next room over might have been broken. Has been prevented. It's now impossible to claim that the 5 who could have saved Battler were the ones who did it.
What the hell? That's low. That's the answer, isn't it? I also noticed that they hadn't proven the window seals were intact. But if they can't use the blue truth, what are they supposed to do? Yeah, I know. I'm sure you're laughing at me again because you alone have discovered the answer.
My apologies, child of man. I'm having trouble, just as you are.
I can't believe I'm hearing you say that.
I also realized the windows in the next room over were left available. However, I hadn't imagined that the use of that argument would have been prevented.
Doesn't this seriously violate the rules? I mean, how can a quiz be fair if you can't say the right answer? Isn't this a logic error for the other side?
We can also view the fact that this tale is continuing as proof that it wasn't a logic error.
In other words, there's some other answer completely unrelated to the windows of the next room over.
Or it may be possible to explain without discussing the windows how one of those 5 came to Balor's rescue.
If they can't talk about the windows, I have to find a different way to leave that room. That practically makes the next room over a closed room.
Yes, that is why I'm also stuck. Because of these strange sealed proclamations, the 2 rooms have once again become closed rooms. Most likely. Most likely what? If you're so vastly intelligent, what kind of answer have you found?
There is no answer.
No answer! What do you mean?
There is no way out, except for the windows in the next room over. And yet, we are not allowed to include those windows in our reasoning. There is probably no answer for this closed room.
And if so, what next?
Since no answer exists, then defeat is absolutely certain for whichever player is burdened with the responsibility of explaining.
So we have no moves left? In other words, that statement of Dalmore's was the final blow? Doesn't it make it checkmate?
No. One move does exist. However, that move is one that can never be used again. And it is also a part of Beato's heart.
You mean one of the greatest riddles of this tale?
Precisely. By using that, or possibly.
Featherine sighed deeply. It was something she hadn't done before once. Until now. Huh. I see. So as long as this tale has been, it's finally time for the curtain to close, exposing the answer to this riddle. Means the same as finally killing Beato. Perhaps Fowler is the only one qualified to make that decision. If he weaves such a tale as the Game Master, no one will be able to stop it now. The greatest riddle of this tale will probably be revealed very soon. A deep sound reverberated through the cathedral. It was the sound of several dozen Chester Sister Imperial Guards, members of the Honor Guard who stood in the line across the cathedral and stamped their heels in unison. It brought about the total silence even before the demons running the ceremony spoke. Let us have silence, ladies and gentlemen! Welcome to the wedding of Lord Balor, Territory Lord, and Golden Sorcerer, and Lady Erika, the Witch of Truth! Zapar and Furfur had appeared in the center of the cathedral. Having them invited to host a wedding was a great honor. Though they had asked for silence, the attendants who packed the cathedral welcomed the two demons with an enormous applause.
Oh, it's Zapar and Furfur. Then what about Beato?
She may have already been snuck into the grounds. They searched for Beato in the crowd of several hundred people, but they couldn't find her anywhere.
I wonder if Beato managed to find a way to save Battler.
If she managed to gain Zapar and Furfur's power, then I'm sure she has. There exists no miracle that cannot be granted after receiving their strength.
And if she didn't?
And that goat biting his handkerchief over there is probably her. Then let us welcome the bride and groom!
Please give them a grand welcome and celebrate them as they start their new life!
Come out, bride and groom! Walk the path of the shackles called marriage, which will bind you until the grave! The big doors in the back of the cathedral slowly opened. This song is bomb, by the way. I love it. And then, the Territory Lord and his beautiful bride came into view. Arm in arm, the pair slowly began to walk down the path to the grave, lined with red carpet. The Chester Honor Guard stood at attention alongside either of that path, raised their adorned bayonets with a mechanical precision, and made sure that no evil could block the path that the pair had walked down. Chester Sisters that weren't part of the Honor Guard were stationed all over the cathedral, hiding behind pillars and the like, keeping an eye out for any intruders.
00 calling 45 and 410. Any irregularities? Let's try that again. 00 calling 45 and 410. Any irregularities?
Silly snipers all clear, yeah?
410 and 45 are on top of a massive chandelier hanging from the cathedral ceiling. Several of the other sniper pairs could be seen stationed on top of the other chandeliers. This seemingly festive cathedral was actually being heavily guarded in places that attendants wouldn't notice. Currently, we are simultaneously guarding 36 attendants suspected of being Lady Beatrice, as well as 131 positions from which the attack might be launched. Surveillance in progress.
Don't let your guard down. Lady Beatrice was almost certainly stage an attack on this wedding.
That'd be so cool, breaking in to steal the bride, yeah? 410, he's the groom, not the bride! But he's playing the bride's part, yeah? The Chester sister sniper teams on the chandeliers use super high efficiency observers to track the movements of several hundred attendants. If any one of those made any suspicious movements, the Chesters have been given permission to fire immediately. The one on the chandelier is Chester 127. That overkilling monster sniper could pulverize a human target from 2 kilometers away. The one on the chandelier across from that is Chester 20. Her firing rate is 6,000 shots per minute. However, she's using a portable magazine this time, so 2 seconds is all it takes for her to use up her ammo. Lazy Bum can barely do her job for 2 seconds, yeah. Slowly, and making a show of it, the two walked down the red carpeted path. Balor's eyes were blank. If you look closely, you could tell that Erika was dragging him by the arm she held, probably. In other words, they weren't walking together. This is a ceremony for Erika to show off to everyone that this man belonged to her. Behind the bride and groom walked the 7 Sisters of Purgatory, one who held... Behind the bride and groom walked the 7 Sisters of Purgatory, who held long ceremonial arms in the shape of the one-winged eagle.
That moron battler. What is he lazing about for? This is why people call him incompetent.
I can understand Beatrice's pain better than anyone else.
It's all because of that stupid battler caused a logic error. Stupid, stupid, stupid! Beatrice will not fall to sloth and let this wedding go on.
Of course. Beatrice is greedy. She won't let someone else take away her favorite toy. She'll definitely show up. I hear the reception's gonna have tons of delicious food! I wanna wear a wedding dress now! Berncastle and Lambda Delta were in the noble seating of the balcony. They were sipping some bizarre carbonated cocktails as they looked down from upon the show. I'm Beelzebub at the wedding, eating food. What a splendid wedding dress! I love stuff like this.
This is just the opening performance.
That's pretty cruel. Which event do you think will be the headliner? Don't tell me you really think Beta will come. As you know well, Balla's clothes room is perfect. How could Beta win? Right?
You must have heard too. There's a chance that the window seal on the next room door has been torn. It seems that Dalnor has managed to seal that path off for now, but she just denied the concept instead of sealing the actual window. It'll fly out the window again. This one-wing eagle thing.
Wanna bet?
On whether Beto comes.
I bet she comes with certainty.
I bet she comes miraculously.
This isn't going to work. The Witch of Certainty and the Witch of Miracles were both sure that Beto would come. However, they were very interested in exactly how she would break the closed room and take Balor back.
You've been watching from behind the scenes, so you probably know. You know what the trick is.
More or less, but Erika's done a hell of a job, so now even I'm stumped.
Liar.
Huh?
I'm sure you found one already. There does exist a trick that can save Balor, right?
There does. But it's tough.
And if that move is used, part of Beto's heart will be exposed. Isn't that right?
Oh, so you already know.
Hey, wanna change our bet?
To what?
To whether Beto or Erika wins.
Sure, if you're willing to bet on Erika.
I'll do it.
Oh, you're betting on Erika? Then why do you think you can win?
If this trick is part of Beto's heart, then Balor, the Game Master, will hesitate at exposing it, and so they cannot win. It'll probably be a draw. I'm sure they'll sidestep the issue somehow and run away.
Balor has sworn to let Beto rest in peace. Burn. You're being too naive. The bet was made, based on the assumption of a certain miracle that Beto would come. Regalia, who was standing in the front row, tried to call out as soon as Balor walked by. She tried to tell him the window sill in the next room over hadn't been checked, hoping this would give him a hint. However, she had been marked perfectly. The instant she tried to lean forward, two Chester sisters right behind grabbed her arms. That powerful force told her that she wouldn't be able to move even a step forward. Trapped, she was forced to stand there and watch as Balor walked past.
Battler! Even now, he is fighting in that closed room all by himself. However, he cannot get out by his own power alone. Unless someone comes to save him, he cannot get out. Unless that child comes to save him, Balor will be trapped. If there is a key to that closed room, I'm certain Milady will find it. Milady, I'm sure that you've gone through many trials in your life, but please, this is a must. But please, this is one trial you must overcome. I'm certain that you can do it. I, Renove, do not doubt that in the slightest.
The bride and groom's procession slowly advanced down the path of the grade and reached the altar. Though slowly walking as ceremonious and proper etiquette, it was also tiring. Erika glanced over at Battler. Of course, his eyes were blank. His heart was still inside that closed room. Once more, the sound of the Chester honor guards stamping their heels rang out loudly. Silence returned to the cathedral again. Now, the wedding ceremony would finally begin.
People live for the sake of love. Therefore today, you have fulfilled the purpose of your lives.
Oh, how great is the power to live! The power of love! I pray that the brightness of this day blesses these two for all time!
Come now, you who love one another, make the oath of love. In place of the husband who cannot speak,
let the wife make the oath on behalf of the pair! Balor swears to Erika, and Erika swears to Battler to support each other, both in sickness and in health. I didn't catch that, Battler. If you have some objection, please say it a bit more clearly in a loud voice.
Damn it.
If you have anything further to say, please get yourself out of that logic error closed room first. Don't worry. I'll support you until that day comes.
You have heard the pair's oath of love. Oh, let this oath be eternal.
The thunderous applause celebrated their marriage of subordination. After the oath, they would symbolize the bond. It was the exchanging of the rings. The territory lord's ring with the one-winged eagle engraved on it that sat on Balor's finger would become Erika's. By this, she would become the ruler of this game board. In exchange, Balor's finger would be given a diamond ring that Erika had prepared. At a glance, it just looked like a ring adorned by a large diamond. However, this cursed ring would force Balor into eternal subservience and mark him as another's property.
Yes! Let the pair exchange rings!
Since the husband's fingers cannot move, let his wife support him!
Erika respectfully took Balor's right hand and slowly pulled off the territory lord's ring that had been on his ring finger. That was the ring Beto had entrusted him with. Erika stole it away.
This is that ring that the woman left behind, right?
How does it feel to have it stolen away by a woman like me?
To hell.
Huh? I can't hear you. Please, say it one more time.
Go to hell.
Oh, that. Well, there's no need to worry, Battler.
Erika pressed her lips against Balor's earlobe as if biting it, and told him where they were.
We're already there.
Then slowly, she took Beatrice's ring, which she had stolen from Battler, and slipped it onto her own left hand.
And now, bride, you may give the groom your ring.
That's one hell of a ring! A shackle that will hold him in place for all time! Yeah, it's custom made.
Even Balor's blank eyes could see the diamond ring Erika held. It was like Erika herself. On the outside, it shone beautifully and possessed an absolute hardness that would bend to no one's will. And on the inside, to symbolize never letting go of the prey it had latched onto, it had 8 sharp thorns pointing inwards. If they had been growing out of the outer side, it would have looked like a collar of a guard dog from hell. However, whoever heard of putting those on the inside? By twisting the diamond, those thorns could slide in or out. In other words, if you twisted it after thrusting the finger inside, the inward-facing thorns would... Seriously? Thanks a lot! My own finger interrupted. I'm so fucking pissed. Okay. By twisting the diamond, those thorns could slide in or out. In other words, if you twisted it after thrusting the finger inside, the inwards facing thorns would bite down, never releasing until the end of time. Then, even his soul would be trapped, and his body, mind, and soul would be forced to serve Erika for all eternity.
Are you kidding me? Who the hell would wear a ring like that?
He couldn't even finish speaking that simple phrase. And furthermore, those awkward words were the only way he could resist. She raised Balor's left hand and stroked his ring finger, as if tasting it. Erika pressed the ring of subordination against the tip of his finger. If a ring is made to fit too tightly, it can be painful and hard to take off. However, this ring was never intended to be removed for life anyway. So its inner band had been mercilessly narrowed. Even without the thorns, forcing a small ring like this would hurt.
This ring will seal up your body, heart, and soul for all eternity. And you'll become an eternal living doll. I won't even let you die. You'll be endlessly defiled and humiliated by me. And every time I forget the taste of victory, I'll use your body to remind me, over and over again. If you got the guts to bite off your tongue, now's the time. Once this goes on your finger, you won't even be able to do that.
Fuck. Balor didn't even have the strength to bite his tongue. Even if he had, he didn't want to give up before finding a way to escape the closed room, so he couldn't kill himself. However, if he accepted the ring, he would never be able to even think about escaping from the room, much less end his own life. Stop it.
No way. Look. I'm sticking your finger in.
It hurts. It wasn't just the pain of having his finger forced through the tight ring. The curse of the ring fiercely tormented Balor's body from the inside. That pain would always torment Balor. But fortunately, the power of the ring even stole away the heart that could understand that pain. Erika kept screwing that too small demon's ring on. It hurts. It's impossible. There's no way it'll fit.
Don't worry. It will fit. No problem.
With an obscene laugh, Erika let a silver thread drip from her mouth and soaked the ring in the finger.
Please relax. We'll stick it in. All at once. Please don't resist uselessly. It'll hurt less if you don't resist, okay? You see? Now it's sliding right in.
No! Slowly, Balor's finger went deeper through the ring. He was pushed through the iron ring of pain and humiliation, which would never be removed again.
Come on! Look okay. It's in all the way to the base, see?
It hurts. Take it off. The demon's ring tightened around the finger so much, it seemed that finger would snap off along with the bone. Could Balor's hazy expression of anguish really describe how unbearable this filthy pain was?
Okay, now that's on all the way, let's add the final touch, shall we? After this, you'll be mine forever.
Erika touched the ring's diamond knob. If she twisted it, the thorns would bite in and never let go again. No! Stop it!
Sure. Just say, "Forgive me, Erika," and I'll stop.
Really?
Please forgive me, Erika. I swear to spend the rest of my life as your dog with a collar around my neck, so at least spare me that ring. If you can say that, I won't make you wear the ring.
Forget.
Huh? I can't really hear you.
I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you.
For making you suffer like this?
No, I'll never forgive you for defiling Beato's ring. Though Balor's eyes had supposedly been forced into a muddled condition, they appeared strong for just an instant. However, it was really only for an instant. Balor had used up the last of his fleeting resistance just to say those words. In his dim consciousness, he had even bitten his own tongue to stay alert, so that he could say those words of resistance until the very end.
Of course, it seems you aren't the kind of dog that can be tamed. But it's better that way.
Erika smiled. Then she turned the diamond. In that instant, Balor let out a voiceless scream and threw his head back. His howl had no voice and could be heard by no one. However, it still rang out through the cathedral. Okay. Erika, you're in some weird shit. Well, let's end that part. I gotta go. Erika, you're such a freaking weirdo. Okay. What they got?